Cody in the morning. WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Hey, welcome to it from the Roy Acuff living room. Literally, that is the country music living room these days. And home to Coffee, Country, and Cody. Kelly Sutton with the morning off. Annie Nye is out sick, our studio director. Jeff Roberts, rock solid up there in master control upstairs. And Charlie and I are down here in the living room.
Yeah, Jeff's only sleep deprived with two young children, but he managed to pull himself in this morning. Morning, Jeffrey.
It does get better, Jeff. It does get better.
Yeah.
It's just a long way off for you. That's all. The voice of experience speaking.
Yes. They say how fast the years go, but they don't tell you how long the days are.
There you go. You ought to write that, man.
Yeah.
Call Bill Anderson right now.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Y'all could have about 2 hours. Y'all be done with it.
That Bobby Tomberlin's already stole it from me. Bill, I got this great idea.
And happy birthday to the Grand Ole Opry's Rudy Michael Gatlin. He's 73 years old today. And I was in a conversation with some folks yesterday, and the Gatlins came up, and somebody mentioned they had been together 70 years, and another person in the room says, 70 years? And I mean, 70 years singing? They've been doing it for 70 years. So how were they?
I think they were like 5 and 6, like maybe 6, 3, and 2 when they started.
Yeah,
the first gig they ever had.
I was trying to remember the ages.
Yeah.
Maybe Larry was 7, 5, and 3 or something like that.
Yeah, they recreated it at an Opry Country Classics with Larry's 3 grandkids who came out in the exact same costumes that they wore that first appearance. So it was cool.
And Jim Reeves, 1923, born on the 20th of August. Grand Ole Opry, great Hall of Famer. And Danny Burns is coming to see us. Very, very excited about this. Irish-born Americana singer-songwriter. Got a new album that's coming out called Southern Sky. Album release show, by the way, is tomorrow. That's at Chiefs on Broadway downtown. And among other things, we'll share the new single and video for Brother Wind now that you've joined us on television all over the world. Hey, one of those rare times Carrie's playing guitar in a song that she co-wrote. It's called Garden. Take you back to Chakota, Oklahoma, where things used to be. They are nowhere near where they used to be today in her life. a lot of things different. Coffee, Country, and Cody. And September 12th and 13th, Carrie is back at the Opry doing 2 show nights, both nights on that Friday and Saturday in September.
I guarantee you there will be Carrie fans that will be there for all 4.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So tntrailsandbyways.com is where you start. What am I starting, Bill? You're starting this trek, see, to get off the beaten path, the day-to-day, the mundane, the car rider line, and take the scenic route. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you want to make yourself hungry. The beauty of the website, tntrailsandbyways.com, is that you can customize your trip. So whatever you want to do, you just look for places to eat and restaurants along various trails, and they will give you all these amazing mom-and-pop diners and restaurants and places that have been there for 70, 80, 90 years that you didn't even know existed, and you're going to want to go. And that one thing you can do in Tennessee for sure is you can eat from Memphis to Johnson City.
You can.
And eat well.
And visit battlefields in between, because we got a lot of those across the state on the scenic routes.
And we got cemeteries because we got battlefields.
That's right. They go hand in hand, if you will. Seamless there, Charlie. And tntrailsandbyways.com is where you start. There are 16 trails. All have different names. A lot of them have song titles that you recognize. Ring of Fire, that's where I live. That's actually a nod to dark-fired tobacco. The Ring of Fire Trail. Charlie is on the Jack Trail, which is a nod to
Daniels.
That's all.
Jack, not Charlie.
And that Kelly Sutton on that Screaming Eagle Trail, I have no idea what goes on out there. But check it out. And then in addition to the trails, there are also recommended scenic routes that you can take. West to east, east to west, north to south, south to north. It's all there at tntrailsandbyways.com. So get off the beaten path and take the scenic route. Let's see, the scenic route across Oklahoma. Anybody? I just thought I'd feature this from a brand new album, Turnpike Troubadours. They've gotten back together. They were on hiatus for a while. Evan Felker is the lead man. He wrote this song that I've chosen off the album, The Price of Admission. And when they returned recently to Stillwater, Cody Canada and his outfit and the Troubadours, They were at T-Boone Pickett Stadium, which is Oklahoma State, and over 4 nights or something like that, they had like 250,000 people show up.
Yeah, they just kept selling out the stadium, and they just kept adding more shows. It was crazy.
Yeah, Cody Canada, Cross Canadian, Ragweed, and the Turnpike Troubadours with my pick of the week. The Price of Admission is the album, and Evan, he wrote this, in addition to being the front man for the band, Heaven Passing Through. Hold on to the moment, people, like heaven passing through. That's the song from the album, The Price of Admission. And that's Evan Felker's work, both vocally, and he wrote it. And you'll find it on The Price of Admission, the brand new Turnpike Troubadours album, Heaven Passing Through. Sending out best wishes this morning for a speedy recovery to Grand Ole Opry stars Marty Stewart and Connie Smith. Tonight, though it will still be, but we're going to celebrate it with her, Connie's 60th anniversary as an Opry member, but Marty posted on socials yesterday, and I'm quoting, "The unwelcome presence of COVID in our home. We will have to miss the show tonight."
Man, I barely want relatives in my home, never mind COVID in my home.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Apparently,
Yeah,
yes.
because it seems to be back. I've heard several people reference it. But we look forward to celebrating Connie and her 60th. She and Marty, a future date. We haven't got a specific date yet, but we will. And Marty is rescheduling his show that was planned for Louisville on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Wednesday night Opry. Charlie, you want to run your lineup right quick?
Oh, it's stellar because everybody else who was going to be honoring Connie is still going to do the show tonight. So Vince Gill, it's going to be the month of Vince because he's wrapped up the summer tour, and I think he's doing almost every show this month.
Yeah, I
What's
got
left?
details on that coming up.
So Vince Gill, Mandy Barnett, John Conley, Daly and Vincent, the Isaacs, Old Crow Medicine Show, Riders in the Sky, the Whites, and the special guest just wrapped up not long ago, the big stadium tour with Post Malone and Jelly Rolls. Sierra Farrell will be back at the Opry. Boy, if you've never seen her, she's just fantastic.
That voice is ethereal, isn't it? And Vince, speaking of Vince, he wrapped up that summer tour, 5 shows at the Ryman. Hope you got to be a part of one of those along the way. We gave away tickets, 35 shows in total, 155 hours of music. And then he will be at the Opry. Charlie references his dates are 22nd, 23rd, 26th, 29th, 30th, celebrating Opry 100 with Vince Gill, among others. And then Scotty McCreery, he is having the time of his life on the road because he's got a new hype man. His son,
he loves the road. He's got his own bunk on the bus. We leave some toys on the bus that never go home, so he can look forward to it. But he loves the music. He loves what I do, but when he's like, man, did you see Spence play guitar? That's my guitar player. Joey was crushing the drums. He just loves the music. You know, I think he's already a roadie at heart, you know, but we'll put him to work for sure. He loves all things music, the shows, and he's a good hype man. You'll get off the stage and he's like, good show.
No pay, no hype, Dad. Just saying.
That's right.
Yeah,
we need him here. We don't usually ever hear those words. My texts are more like, everything okay in there?
Back home in North Carolina, Friday, Saturday in Virginia, Knoxville in November, 2 for the road tour. He's out with Dustin Lynch, fellow Grand Ole Opry member.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
I mentioned Danny Burns is coming to see us as we welcome you back to Circle Country Television, that audience, in addition to radio all over the world at WSMRadio.com and 650 AM WSM. And Danny's going to join us here in just a little bit on the Assembly Food Hall stage. The new album is called Southern Sky. He said, and I can't wait to talk to him more about this, he said, you know Southern Nights from Allen Toussaint? He said, that's kind of the overall feeling I want you to have. Southern Sky. Comes out Friday. Album release, Chiefs on Broadway tomorrow. And the single and video this morning we're featuring, at least in this first segment, then Danny Live, is Brother Wind, WSM Radio, Circle Country TV. That voice, the first time I heard it, just lured me in. It was one of those lean-in moments. And now I'm getting to meet him for the first time in person and welcome him to WSM Radio, Circle Country Television, and the Assembly Food Hall stage, 1950, circa 1950 Ryman Auditorium Wood. Danny, it's great to have you. Danny Burns is
Thank you
here.
for having me. Great to be here.
Yeah.
Good morning.
So Southern Sky comes out on Friday.
Out Friday, yeah.
And Chiefs on Broadway, that's the album. Chiefs on Broadway that's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
The album release?
Yeah, we're doing the album release tomorrow night in the Neon Steeple up on the 3rd floor. Yeah, 3rd floor in Chiefs.
The Neon Steeple?
That's what they call that room.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's strong.
Yeah.
So we saw and heard, as people were watching and listening on WSM Radio, Circle Country TV, Dan Tominski.
Yes,
but
sir.
there's also help from Ricky Skaggs and Vince Gill and who else did I say? Tim O'Brien.
Tim O'Brien, Sam Bush is on there. We're very lucky to work with those legends. And
did you just feel because of the Irish connection, Tim O'Brien should be included?
Of course, yeah. I mean, Tim's a brother from another mother, you know. So.
He is.
I was just over with Tim the other night. He was doing a gig at McNamara's Irish pub with an Irish band that was touring coming through, so that was fun. But yeah, Tim was my first collaboration in Nashville.
And when was that?
That was back in 2016 maybe. It was myself and himself and Sam Grisman over at John Prine and Fergie's studio, the Butcher Shop, which is gone now though. But Tim kind of encouraged me. I was opening for him and I had some songs and he had heard them when I was out opening for him, and then he said, if you ever get to Nashville, you want to record them, hit me up. So I did.
Well, tell me about this. You said you wanted the feel to be if people would connect to Alan Toussaint and Southern Nights. Glenn Campbell, of course, had the big hit that everybody knows.
Yeah, beautiful renditions, beautiful song. There's a bunch of different versions. I've always loved that tune. The Southern feel. I lived in Louisiana, New Orleans for a while, and I remember traveling up and down if you're coming from Chicago or you're coming from New York, and once you hit that Southern states, you're coming into Mississippi, Alabama, it just feels different, you know, and the wind blows different.
Once you see the Spanish Moss, something happened.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
It's got for me, it's just a comfortable feeling comes over you, you know. So I've kind of always had a romantic idea about that part of the world, you know.
I get more comfortable when I'm on the other side of the bridge going over Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay,
because it seems like it's never going to end. New Orleans is my wife and I's favorite city. We've been probably 35, 36 times. Would we have maybe found you busking at Jackson Square or somewhere on Royal Street when they close it down? Or?
I used to play regularly at the Kerry Irish pub on Decatur.
Yeah.
And I used to...
I have a great photo of my wife and I at there's the old advertisement on the brick right next to that building, right? And I think it was our first kiss in New Orleans.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so I have
cool.
very, very good memory of that place. Yeah.
Do you remember your first kiss in New Orleans?
I'm not
Let's
sure.
not go there, Bill.
I'm not sure.
Hey, we're headed to a break. Come back. We'd love for you to play live when we return, would you?
My pleasure.
Danny Burns, Southern Sky. The full album comes out on Friday, and the album release party, Chiefs on Broadway, tomorrow night.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
I mentioned at the top of this interview with Danny Burns how taken I was the first time I heard that voice, and it was a song called Blue Ridge Blue. And the whole Irish connection to the Southland for you just seems so natural. As you sang that song, I thought, that is not a North Carolina accent that he's talking about there. But the way you delivered it, I could see all those scenes, the landscape, everything about that song.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that tune came to us from great songwriter Jim Beavers here in town. Jim.
Mm-hmm. I just saw him yesterday.
Oh wow, small world. I was meant to have breakfast with him this morning, but I'm with you instead.
So where's your breakfast hang in Nashville?
We were going to go to Nashville in Green Hills.
Say hi to Vince Gill.
Okay.
Because that's Vince's hang, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were scheduled to do that at 8 o'clock this morning, but I'm here instead. So.
Well, listen, we'd love for you to play and sing live. The album, again, just so people know, the full album comes out on Friday. Mm-hmm. It's called Southern Sky. And then the album release celebration. What time does your show start at Chiefs?
We're going to go on at 8-ish.
Okay. In the Neon Steeple.
In the Neon Steeple.
Chiefs on Broadway downtown. Danny Burns. Danny Burns and Southern Sky. The full album is out on Friday. Again, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Chiefs on Broadway downtown in the Neon Staple.
May we return to food for just a second? Because you mentioned McNamara's. It is my favorite Irish pub in town, but I would like to know what a true Irishman does it get your seal of approval too?
I just was with Paula and Sean McNamara the other night, and yeah, it's fantastic. Great Irish food. I think great Irish breakfast. I think I had the bangers and the mash the other night was really good.
You know what I didn't realize was when I think curry, I think Indian, obviously, but their curry is phenomenal.
That's very chicken. Curry is very popular in Ireland.
Yeah.
Chicken curry and half with rice and half with chips, French fries.
Oh,
yeah.
my. Yeah.
All the good
Oh,
stuff.
I didn't do the half and half. I just picked one or the other. I didn't realize the half and half was an option.
Half and half next time.
Oh, man. All right.
All in.
All right.
All in for the
Well,
win.
just meet Jim for lunch instead of breakfast, right? Okay.
We can, and then a nap after that.
So when did you know as a kid growing up at Donegal, right?
Donegal, yeah.
Yeah. You just had to come do this music thing in the United States.
I just went out kind of searching for different sounds, and I grew up listening to country music and bluegrass music and folk music, and I kind of always could hear the relationship between the Irish and the American folk music and country.
Which is where we got what we think of as the Appalachian Mountain Sound. Was so much of it was from Scotland and Ireland and England.
Yeah, that was our first collaboration with Tim O'Brien. I kind of had this idea, and I said it to him. I was like, I had this idea of the turn of the century. This Irish guy, which was me, and I meet this guy from West Virginia at the turn of the century, but his parents or grandparents are from Ireland, which is true for Tim, and that we might know the same fiddle tune, but his accent on the fiddle tune is different to the Donegal version of that. Yeah. So kind of like, almost like a Western movie, kind of these two guys meeting and going out together, and that's kind of how I approached the songs with him on some of those recordings was like kind of like that.
Well, so you guys were like the first hillbillies when you stop and think about it.
I guess, yeah. all that's good stuff. Moonshine, you name it, all the good stuff.
Settled over in that part of the world and changed it musically forever. So would you have known the Opry as a kid growing up?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely, yeah. That would have been, I mean, again, growing up in the northwest of Ireland, all my parents would have been listening to, Patsy Cline and Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings and all the uncles and the grandparents, and it was, there was country music was the only music that you would hear growing up with at events and church events and weddings and all that stuff. There was either traditional country music or there was traditional Irish music. It was one or the other.
So when did you start coming to the United States?
My family came out when I was a kid, so I went to some of my schooling out here from 5 to 10, and then they went back, and then my other brothers, they stayed and did all their universities here, so I used to come back and spend the summers here and go caddying at the golf course and stuff like that.
So we're in the United States, here in Nashville?
My family started in New York, New Jersey area. Okay. Then they moved down to San Antonio, Texas. And then we were in Florida for a little bit, and then we went back. And so I kind of had family scattered around, and I got to do a lot of traveling when I was younger. So.
Are you living in Nashville now full time?
We just moved back to Nashville 2 weeks ago. So yeah, back full time. We're just over there in Green Hills, Belmead area.
Lovely traffic.
I was going to say the
traffic a lot. I first came here in 2006, and my goodness.
It's a different city.
Yeah, a different city.
Yeah.
Different city.
Traffic flow is just perfect, and plenty of free parking.
Yeah.
That's what you got to love about the new Nashville.
New Nashville.
Well, in honor of your visit, I may pour a Bushmills later on today. And so there we go.
A couple other names I wanted to mention that are on this album. We talked about the celebrity status of Tim O'Brien, Ricky Skaggs, Vince Gill, but Bronwyn, Keith Hines, and Sam Bush I saw as names as credits.
I was just listening to Bronwyn on the radio last night. She was doing the Bluegrass Junction Fishbowl series up in New York City with Joey Black. Bronwyn's fantastic. Yeah, she came in and she sang on Blue Ridge Blue, and Sam sang on there and played mandolin on that, and Bronwyn played fiddle on that. And when we first, that was I ran into Bronwyn different places, but that was the first kind of time we got to meet and get chatting. And then she was kind of telling me that her fiddle upbringing, her father was Irish, and that she started with the Irish tunes. And I would have never recognized that because her bluegrass chops are as authentic as you can get. Yeah. So it was kind of wild to know that.
How did Jason Carter pull that off, by the way? Huh?
No idea. Two great fiddle players.
Hey, Danny Burns, great to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you,
and
too.
All the best with Southern Sky, which comes out Friday. And go see him 8 o'clock tomorrow night. The Neon Steeple at Chiefs on Broadway.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
In the words of Michael Martin Murphy, as we welcome Daniel Donato to the Assembly Food Hall stage, I just want to be a cosmic cowboy. I just want to ride and rope and shoot.
Well said.
You know that song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of my favorite album titles was called Peaks, Valleys, Honky Tonks, and Alleys. And he did a bunch of things on there that were live at the Palomino, I remember. But that always comes to mind. And you're out there on your Cosmic Country tour these days. You're bringing it to the Ryman on Friday night.
Yes, brother.
And releasing a new album on Friday as well. So big day in town for you.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a beautiful opportunity. And to go from busking in front of the Ryman when I was a teenager to now we're headlining it and selling it out.
What was your biggest haul in one night when you were busking? You recall?
Yeah, during CMA Fest, I think I brought home $400 one night.
Did you? Okay.
I think so. And then I bought a Telecaster with it.
Of course, that's how you know you're a real musician.
Oh, man.
You finally get $400 in your pocket and you buy some gear.
Yeah, it did not go into stocks. You know, we bought it in front of the Piggly Wiggly there over on Franklin Pike, you know, Franklin Road. Yeah, off Craigslist. And
who can't love the Piggly Wiggly? We got one in my little hometown of Cross Plains. I mean, it is.
Oh, you're out in Cross
It
Plains?
is the hang.
I'm out in White Bluff. I'm out there in the country
Okay.
just like you are, yeah.
All right.
Wow. For folks who are excited about the new record, I got to point out the vinyl looks beautiful.
Very
That
much.
clear blue, and you got some great bundles that go along with it.
Thank you
so
very
yeah,
much.
go to the merch page on Daniel's website. So.
Horizons, by the way, is the name of the album that comes out on Friday from Daniel Donato.
You know, I'm a vinyl guy, and there's so many things I love about vinyl. I mean, I love all the things everybody always says you're supposed to love about it. I love the warmth. I love the fact that you can hold it, and the photos are bigger, the liner notes are bigger. But honestly, Daniel, the thing I love most about it is it kind of almost forces you to listen to the record the way the artist wanted you to listen to it. I mean, it's a pain in the butt to pick up the needle and move songs, so you just tend to put it on and play it start to finish. And I love that about vinyl because I like to experience an album the way you wanted me to experience it. Because they're sequenced a certain way for a reason, you know, not randomly thrown out there. Do you spend a lot of time on placement and what song is going to start segment 2 or side when I flip it over, this is going to be the first one here?
Yeah, I want it to feel like a Clint Eastwood movie. I love the arc of those movies and the storylines of them. And so
Dirty Harry or the Spaghetti Western era?
Oh, the spaghetti western.
Okay.
era. That's great clarification, Cody.
Yes.
This is why you're the boss. Unquestionably. Yeah. There's an arc to them. There's tragedy and there's happiness and there's truth in every scene. And I just always loved that. And you know, when I was playing down at Roberts, we would play from 6 to 10, and I would sometimes get down there around 4:30, and I would go down to Ernest Tubbs and spend a few bucks and get some old Floyd Tillman records and, you know, Sons of the Pioneers albums. And I just always loved vinyl because that was the music that I loved was really only available on that format. So when Cosmic Country goes to release music, we sequence vinyl specifically for vinyl, and then what goes online is a totally different sequence.
Oh, wow. You're the first artist I've seen do that. That's phenomenal. I love that.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Because a record really, and all my favorites, take me on a journey. You know, and that's how I feel an album still should be, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give people your backstory, a little bio on where you grew up and how you came to music.
Yeah, brother. I feel it came to me just as much as I came to it. I grew up in Spring Hill, Tennessee. And when I was 14 years old, I've been playing guitar a couple years. And my father had this idea that I go downtown and try to make some money doing it. I was a really driven kid, very intense, and I was a little socially awkward. And I still am all those things. But I'm much more comfortable with it now. It makes more sense to me. And I trusted him. I trusted my father, which is probably the greatest lesson I ever learned in my life. And I'm still learning that and on all the levels of what a father is. And I went down there the first day, and I started playing right in front of Hat's show print. and I didn't make a dime. No one could hear my acoustic guitar. I wasn't plugged into anything, and I was downtrodden. My bucket had a hole in it, And we were walking past Legends Corner on the way back to the car. My dad patted me on the back, saying, we'll try it again. And in that moment of time, to walk past the door, the band that was playing there saw a young kid walking by, and they were like, "Hey, kid, you want to come play a song with us?" And I loved it, and I went on stage and played for the first time, and that was the first time I played a Telecaster and played it through a Fender amp and ever played any kind of country music. And I just fell in love with it right away. And that night I remember going home and I learned, and I learned
quintessential Merle Haggard, baby.
Right.
Who played that in Haggard's band?
That riff is James Burton, and this part's Roy Nichols.
Yeah, that's.
Oh gosh, it's two different. I had no idea.
I didn't until recently.
Yeah.
So you're like McAnally. You didn't realize there were two guitar players, so you taught yourself
to do the
as
whole
one
thing,
guitar
right?
player.
As one guitar player, which is what Chet Atkins did too when he was listening to Merle Travis on the radio. He thought it was two, and
that moment you described at Legends reminds me of what it must have been, plugging in and hearing and just being blown away for the first time. What it must have been like in 1939 to be there with The Wizard of Oz when it goes from sepia to color and everything's different for the rest of your life. And that sounded like you literally had that kind of moment.
So
amazing metaphor.
Yeah.
Who was the band? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Is anybody we know?
Well, no, then that's kind of the strange part of my story is all of my heroes were really local folks. Randy Hall, Rockin' Randy Hall, his name was Woodstock 69. He was the bass player who called me on stage, and he was righteous. Went to Vietnam and he got shot in the butt coming out of the helicopter, and then got right back up and went home. And
he's like Forrest Gump.
And he is such a beautiful soul and still a friend of mine today. And Chef Coco was on the drums. Trevor Lane and then Jason Link was the singer who was fronting the band at the time. And those guys kind of took me under their wing and started letting me sit in with them every week. And I started going downtown and busking still and sitting in. And then I discovered Robert's Western World, and I discovered the Don Kelly Band. And that was the first time I heard honky-tonk music, because that was really the only place down there, aside from Layla's, that played traditional country music. And I was smitten and imbued by that spirit, and I just loved it, man. Marty Robbins and Johnny Cash and Tom T. Hall and all those great tunes they would play. Yeah.
You mentioned Floyd Tillman earlier.
Oh, yeah.
People, please do a Google search on Floyd Tillman. He is absolutely one of my all-time favorites. He was Willie says that Floyd Tillman was his favorite country singer coming up.
And Django Reinhardt's his favorite guitar player.
Yeah,
I know it's.
Yeah, and what a stylist! And
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad he's in the Hall of Fame. Daniel Donato is here. His new album, the Cosmic Country Tour, just so you know, is coming to the Ryman on Friday night, the same day that the album Horizon, full album, comes out. Horizons, and we're going to play Broadside Ballad from Daniel, and we'll continue on the Assembly Food Hall stage in just a little bit.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
From the Assembly Food Hall stage, Daniel Donato is our special guest. He's out on his Cosmic Country Tour that's coming to the Ryman on Friday night, and the new album Horizons comes out on Friday, so it's a big, big day in your life, professionally, musically. Ryman Auditorium, not your first time to play the Ryman?
Played it a couple times.
Okay.
But it's our first time headlining.
Oh.
It's a different ball game, isn't
So-
it? Yeah.
Little bigger paycheck this time.
A little.
Yeah. Remember that $400 that we were asking for down?
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
So after Friday night, what are you going to buy with that money? What's your next gear purchase?
I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist, put it away.
Smart. It's a musician's 401k. Just put it away.
Oh, yeah.
We are almost at the 1-year anniversary of your Opry debut. Take me back to August 24th of last year.
Oh, a really blessed day. It really was. I've been listening to the Opry and the Midnight Jamboree incessantly since I was probably 14 years old, and was always really particular back to the times when the Opry was over at the Ryman. And to just be a part of the legacy of one of America's greatest traditions that has been upheld in such a sophisticated way is such a blessing and such an honor. It was very fun. I got to talk with the guys from Riders. Is it Riders in the Sky?
Yeah.
I got to meet Ranger Doug, and I loved him.
Idol of American Youth. Ranger Doug Green.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh
That's
yeah.
his moniker.
Idol of American Youth. huh?
Idol of American Youth. Wakes up every morning, teeth brushed, starched white shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Good to go.
Good to go, man. It's-
But he's got like an encyclopedic memory of all the guys you love. Like everybody you mentioned early on, Ranger Doug knows all that stuff, which
I
is
love
great.
it.
Yeah.
I listened to his radio show on Sirius, and I've always been a fan of his. He has that great guitar style, you know. That walking bass line,
Yeah.
and I just always loved him. And
He's the governor of the great state of rhythm, if I'm not
That's how
mistaken.
Slim introduces
He
him.
is.
Yes, Too
That's
Slim.
Too Slim
Yeah,
introduces
yeah.
him.
And I think Vince was there that night, right? Vince Gill
Vince
was on your
was.
Opry debut night.
yeah, he was kind enough to sit side stage and watch us, and we're gonna try our hand at writing a song sometime this year too. But I've always loved Vince. He's one of the great Telecaster players and singers and writers that have done it at such a high level for so long.
So what other styles? Show us. I love it when guys like you just break into those little
Yeah,
segments, musicals. Like Jerry Reed. Do you do?
Oh,
do
brother,
the,
yeah.
The call. The call.
Oh yeah. Son.
Wow, yeah.
How about Merle Travis and Chet Atkins?
Oh yeah.
You know, as many country records as I have in my collection, I probably have more jazz vinyl in my collection. And I don't know, did you ever listen to guys like Kenny Burrell or Grant Green or Wes Montgomery? I'm getting into all those guys now, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Got to. And that was the thing, was a lot of the, you know, the Telecaster and that country style, that twangy sound, that was a California sound. And back in Nashville, when you had early days with Hank Garland and Grady Martin, those cats all loved swing and they loved jazz. And so many of the fantastic musicians that are my brothers that taught me early on really loved the jazz style. And they could incorporate it sometimes frustratingly within really beautiful country tunes, you know. So, yeah, I love it all. Yeah.
Daniel Donato is our special guest this morning. I'd love for you to play something live.
Yeah,
I know
bro.
we talked about a couple of different things, but what have you settled on?
Hey, well, you know, I talked about learning that Merle Haggard tune. That's that Bakersfield sound. We have a song that is inspired by that whole era on this record that I think would be a great fit. This is a song called Better Deal Blues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daniel Donato. Better Deal Blues as you sit there on the Assembly Food Hall stage in Mr. Acuff's living room in your railroad cap.
Oh, brother.
First thing popped as you started playing that, I thought about Jimmy Rogers.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could do that all day.
You could pull it off,
I
too.
know, man.
And I'm nothing if not consistent, because the first time I heard the song, it was one of the 2 teaser songs out before the album came out. And the first time I heard, well, if I'm bored, then you're boring. I laughed, and I laughed when you sang it live again, too. It's a brilliant opening line. So, and then I kind of felt bad, because the next line is the many things she said for free. And I realized, oh, I'm the boring one. And it's, oh, okay.
That's how I felt when she said it to me. So,
I'm just not that into you.
yeah, right.
That's Daniel Donato, Horizons. The album is out on Friday. That's also where he headlines the Ryman Auditorium. Daniel, thank you so much for your friendship and getting up early and coming in playing.
Brother, thank you so much. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Charlie. And
You know it.
having me on the rectangle.
All right. Come back. All right.
I will, brother.
And
Thank you.
soon.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Few milestones, birthdays on the 20th of August. Let's start with the birthdays. James Pankow, who's a great trombonist with Chicago, is 78 years old. Robert Plant is 77. Rudy Michael Gatlin, the youngest and most handsome of all the Gatlin brothers, he would tell you, is 73 years old today. John Hyatt is 73. Al Roker, 71. Demi Lovato is 33. Jim Reeves' birth anniversary, that was 1923. And Isaac Hayes, 1942.
Knowing of Mr. Acuff's famous disdain for horns, I can only imagine Chicago must have been his least favorite band of all time.
I remember this great story of Isaac Hayes comes to mind. You remember the Black Moses thing?
Oh, yeah.
And he said his mother was so furious at him. Said, don't you be calling yourself Black Moses. God's going to strike you.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Vince told me one. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
They did not have a big fold out on the album.
Oh,
where
I have
his
it.
arms
Oh,
were.
I have it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a beautiful gatefold.
Wow.
Yeah. Vince told me one night at the opera. He can't even remember the song, but I think he had like a trumpet and a saxophone player. And Mr. Akers said, "Them your bugles? I don't like bugles on my stage." So all horns apparently are bugles under the Roy Acuff
It sounds
theory.
like a Civil War reference.
Yeah,
Bugles.
exactly. Playing taps.
The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, World War II.
Yeah. Well, Vince will be at the Opry tonight. Unfortunately, Bill, not everybody who we hoped would be at the Opry tonight is going to be at the Opry tonight.
And we're sending out best wishes, thoughts, prayers, speedy recovery. Grand Ole Opry stars Marty Stewart and Connie Smith. They're supposed to be Connie's celebration 60th anniversary tonight, but Marty posted on socials if you follow him, and you can, if you haven't, you can take a look. He may have updated it in the time we've been on the air this morning, but the unwelcome presence of COVID in our home was the quote, and look forward to celebrating Connie on another date. We don't have that yet. Marty actually is having to reschedule Louisville on Friday night, I believe it was. He was playing Louisville. And then Wednesday, the Wednesday Opry show will go on as scheduled, and all those folks that were going to be there to celebrate Connie will probably celebrate Connie, Charlie.
Oh, it's a who's who tonight, too. Vince Gill, Mandy Barnett, John Conley, Daly and Vincent, the Isaacs, Old Crow Medicine Show, Riders in the Sky, the Whites. And boy, if you've never seen Sierra Farrell live, she's fresh off the Post Malone Jelly Roll Stadium tour and back at the Opry tonight. I think it's probably her fourth or fifth time playing, and she's just a gem.
So she's having to take time out from therapy now that she's back off that tour to do the Opry.
Well, she's taking a pay cut tonight. Let's put it out. I'm just she might have been the therapist, not the on that tour.
Say, yeah. I have to see my therapist after being out with these guys. I'll be right with you. Vince, of course, wrapped up his summer tour with 5 shows at the Ryman Auditorium over a couple of weeks. It was 35 shows total, 155 hours of music. And now tonight at the Grand Ole Opry, as Charlie mentioned, and then back on the 22nd, 23rd, 26th, 29th, and 30th.
Got an email from one of our longtime listeners because they know Renee and I went Friday night. And Corina, by the way, was so great opening that show. But they went on Saturday to the final night. And I said, yeah, my wife's favorite song is Liza Jane. And she finally got to hear it at midnight because it was the final song of the night. Hey,
this is a cute story. Scotty McCurry has taken his son Avery out on the road and kind of sees him as his a roadie or a hype man, he said.
He loves the road. He's got his own bunk on the bus. We leave some toys on the bus that never go home, so he can look forward to it. But he loves the music. He loves what I do, but when he's like, man, did you see Spence play guitar? That's my guitar player. Joey was crushing the drums. He just loves the music. You know, I think he's already a roadie at heart, you know, but we'll put him to work for sure. He loves all things music, the shows, and he's a good hype man. You'll get off the stage and he's like, good show.
Dad, is this a paying gig?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, what about a raise?
Can we get a hype man? Because we don't ever hear those comments from our people. How about
need a-
Scotty? Can
the
you
old-
loan us Avery for a week or two?
The old R&B cats, they'd have the briefcase man.
Oh, is that the money man?
You were guaranteed to get paid because the briefcase man's job was to get the money up front.
Gotcha.
And Scotty and Avery back home in North Carolina on Friday. Saturday, they're playing Virginia, Knoxville in November on the tour schedule. And it's part of the Two for the Road tour with fellow Grand Ole Opry star Dustin Lynch, as it turns out. It's Coffee, Country, and Cody from WSM Radio and Circle Country Television. The Acuff House living room is the Springer Mountain Farm Simply Superior studio.
And tomorrow morning, Jade Bird's going to come by. New record. She's got a CD show here in Nashville. I think I worked her Opry debut maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and she is delightful. And then Dave Gibson and Sammy Sadler together, they got a new project, and they're playing Chiefs. So it's pretty cool.
How about that?
Yep. So-
Yeah. And again, speaking of Chiefs, just a quick note, follow up on our guest, Danny Burns, will be at Chiefs tomorrow night for his album release. A full album is out called Southern Sky on Friday. And Daniel Donato, Cosmic Country Tour at the Ryman on Friday. Horizons, his new album, comes out Friday as well. Thanks for being a part of it. WSM Radio and Circle Country Television's Coffee, Country, and Cody.